Sid, would you like to start? I know you've got to say it.
I'd like to start. My name is John Kuranda, and I am Airbnb host. I own a cabin that's called Tourism Kuranda. Now, Council had recently, from last year, introduced a levy called the Kuranda Special Benefits Rate Levy 2.1. They have a levy that's for businesses in the CBD, but this levy is on residential properties. Whoever has a room or a cabin or a caravan or a tent on their property and they're making some money, council deems them commercial and want a profit from it. Now, this is a wrong way of council going about doing things. The people that host an Airbnb bring wealth to the community, bring wealth to the businesses in Kuranda. Businesses benefit the whole Shire business because the hosts are the ambassadors of Kuranda. They promote the area. They go to the guests, see them, and they go, tell them they go to Mareeba, they promote Chile, they promote the table lands, and they are the people that send the business out to everyone. They send their wealth out. Yet we have a council here that don't really care about that. They want to collect revenue because they need revenue for all sorts of things, or whatever it is they're short in their budget. But that's not fair on the hosts, and the hosts are penalised. Now, in my view, if councils want to get revenue, because maybe they should put it on the general rate. This a little bit over the whole Shire, because the whole Shire benefits from tourism. Everyone from Jalap, Chiligo and beyond benefit from tourism. So everyone should pay on their general rates. The local employee that works in Kuranda, who's got a job at the cafe shop or the shop, they get the job, they benefit from tourism. The people that are tradesmen, electricians, carpenters, bricklayers, they're doing jobs for the businesses here, they're benefiting from tourism. People that paint stuff on their didgeridoos and selling everything, they're selling it to the place, they're benefiting, but they're not charged this levy. There's no levy on their property. It should not be a levy on private property. It should be on the whole general area, putting it on the general rate, so that spread, that it's insignificant, almost insignificant, I would say. And that way everyone shares in the prosperity of the region, not just council gaining the money. And it doesn't matter if you've got this room, it doesn't matter if you've got one guest that stayed in your place or not, you'll still get charged this levy. It's not fair and it's wrong. And I want council to relook and revisit it and change the policy. Thank you. Thank you.
I think that begets an answer, and I'm very happy to provide it. Ladies and gentlemen, the benefited area rate that we apply to businesses in the Kuranda area raises about $16,000 a year. And that money is Kuranda money. And it is spent by the Kuranda Tourism Group. We have an advisory committee that look after that, and they advertise Kuranda all over the countryside. That's where that money goes. None of it goes to council at all. It is all Kuranda money that's spent for the benefit of Kuranda. What council has chosen to do, and that is to identify everybody that actually runs a business of whatever kind. Now, John claims that his business is so small that it shouldn't qualify in terms of other businesses around the town. But the local accountant, for instance, pays the levy because that accountant believes that part of the tourism industry or a business in town is a voluntary levy in the sense that it was applied voluntarily in the first place. It's now compulsory. It is applied as a rate. It's a benefited area rate, particularly for the benefit of Kuranda. And we take the view that if you're running a business, accommodation business or other in Kuranda, you are taking advantage of the money that's spent on your behalf to promote Kuranda, to bring people to your business. And that's the view that we've taken. An interesting thing happened today. A piece of document came across my desk. The preeminent tourism industry body in Queensland is contemplating, and there's no certainty about this, applying a bed levy across all people who run a accommodation unit in Queensland, including Airbnbs like yours, John, including Airbnbs. So where we are in that sense, I think that gives justification to the point that we've taken, that we don't want people to be taking advantage of other people's money, other people's contribution to the advertising that brings people here. Now, we've had that discussion on a number of occasions with John, and he remains unhappy, uncomfortable with that because you can't always satisfy anybody else. But that's the answer to that.
Mareeba Shire, the only council in the Farm of Queensland that charges that levy. The only council, Cairns has no intention of doing it, neither does Port Douglas, neither does Tablelands. It's the only council. And it shouldn't be, we shouldn't be penalised for it. We're the ones bringing the wealth into the area. You're saying that it's been only spent on Kuranda. It's beyond Kuranda.
And
the whole region.
If somebody decides for their B&B that they only want to do it 2 nights a month, and another family wants to do it as much as they can, and they're all charged the same. That's not fair either.
Yes.
Not only that, I've been around the world, and this is the first time I've ever heard of anything like this, frankly. I'm really shocked.
Let's settle down, stop shouting at each other. Kuranda is unique. Kuranda has a number of things. Okay.
Does John already pay taxes because he runs a business?
The rule is we'll remain civil to one another. Thank you. Kuranda has an infrastructure levy which comes into this town on an annual basis. It's more than $700,000. It's notionally $1 a seat on Skyrail and the Queensland Scenic Line. That is unique in Australia. It's money that comes into this town for capital works which are tourism related. So we spend a lot of money in this town doing those things. We also have an amount of money, it's about $50,000 a year, we're allowed to use on maintenance of those capital assets that we put into. So that's one side of that. So this is a tourism village. We have this benefit area rate,
So it's Port Douglas.
which, I'm sorry.
Port Douglas is a tourist place too.
Please. I'll come back to you. Okay. We'll come back to you in a moment. So we have this benefit area rate, which allows for the advertising of this village. It brings people by the hundreds of thousands into this village. That's what it's for. And council has chosen to include all businesses that we're aware of, including Airbnb into that. And I believe at the end of the day, if there's an accommodation levy brought in statewide, then Airbnb such as yours will be included. Now, you'd like to make a comment?
Port Douglas has huge tourism. Probably they bring in more people than even Kuranda.
No, we haven't got your name, please.
Susan.
We need, if you just give a name and thank you.
Susan.
Thank you.
Port Douglas brings in probably more money to Port Douglas than Kuranda brings into Kuranda because they're much more upmarket, and yet there's no levy like that up in Port Douglas at all. So, you know, what you're saying does not make sense.
No.
Yes, please.
Sharon, Kuranda's got a critical shortage of accommodation for tourism. They're really bad. Even so much so, if you have family members staying here, you cannot find accommodation for them. Last year I used the Airbnbs to accommodate family when I had an influx, and they were absolutely brilliant. They were brilliant ambassadors, did a brilliant job. Now, in other shires, for example, in Innisfail, they recognised at one point they had a critical shortage of accommodation, even though they had quite a few motels, some of them were closing. The council went out and actively looked for people to purchase those motels to keep them going and encourage people to come in by giving them concessions to the accommodation. This is not happening here. People see it as a day tourism, but it's not. If people want to stay here, they can't. They then have to go to Mareeba to find accommodation and drive back every day. It's just madness. So why isn't council actively encouraging more accommodation facilities within the village?
The question is, why is not council encouraging new accommodation in Kuranda? That is entirely in the hands of people who are venture, who want to invest in a business. Entirely their business. It's a business decision for somebody to purchase land, to build accommodation, to operate a business in Kuranda or anywhere else. For that matter, council does not get involved in those kinds of things. They come to us for town planning approval. We deal with that. But we don't provide land. We don't have any land.
No, I'm not asking to provide land, but offer some incentives, but this is a counterproductive tax, it really is.
I would be delighted, absolutely delighted to see somebody build a major accommodation unit in Kuranda. It has always been an issue, always been an issue. But that's just one of those things that I can't resolve, and council can't.
I think the village is more suited to unique accommodation that's provided by B&Bs rather than a big motel facility which is completely out of character.
That's a good idea.
Unique accommodation at the home.
Okay, that's Peter. By the way, I'm sorry, Peter. Peter Franks is standing at the back of the room. He is the CEO of the Mareeba Shire Council. Yes, Peter.
Just to clarify a point, benefited area levies for tourism are reasonably common. I've worked at 2 councils which have them. Noosa Council has one, Mackay has one, as far as I'm aware, Whitsundays have one. That's ones I'm aware of.
It doesn't make it right, Peter.
No, I'm sorry, I was just clarifying the point that it's totally unique and no one else has it. It is fairly common in Queensland and it's certainly common in the southern states as well.
Okay.
I'm Carly Jackson. As that lady was saying, it was Susan, I think, Sophia just wants to do 2 nights in a month or something like that. Firstly, I've been here in town about 10 months and I've been wanting to do this Airbnb just to pay my rates because I was a bit shocked when I came here and found out how much the rates were. That shocked me so much. I thought, I'm going to put all my spend money into making room to Airbnb just to pay my rates because I don't really want to do it at all. It's not my privacy, but I want to pay my rates. So I'm not going to be doing this as a business. It's going to be helping to pay my rates. But I'm not going to do it at all if that's the case. My cousin here is a volunteer for information for tourism. So she doesn't get paid anything for that. She's made up a big pack for me to help the business come along for all of Kuranda and all the surrounding area as well. So that's what I don't really get this whole levy thing at all. It's just baffling me. So,
just a basic principle. The lady has suggested that she would have an Airbnb to get a little bit of money to do one thing or the other.
pay my rates,
To pay our rates.
which are huge.
There you go. By way of definition, if there's an exchange of money for a service provided, then that's an understand.
But it's so little, like two days a month or something like that.
Some money, but anyway.
I honestly can't define that.
You can't find that?
I can't define that.
You can't find it? Is
I'd
there
like to
something
come-
you can?
I'm hearing Kuranda, but I've lived all around the world for a long time. I'd like to come to your argument about both Kuranda and the tourism, and we pay for tourism. I was just based in Geneva for quite a while, and my daughter was doing Airbnb there, and I've never heard anything like it. You could argue that Geneva, Switzerland is one of the world's great tourist centers. I've not heard anything like it, so sir, your argument doesn't wash me out.
Okay, we'll have to agree with you.
Terry, I just suggested for that maybe an income test would be an appropriate thing to have in that situation. Where there's a cut-off point. If you have less than that income from your Airbnb, you don't have to pay the levy. If you make over that amount, then you're deemed a business.
Notably, the Mareeba comes point that is nothing here. Now, I've got 2 hands down there. Kathy, we'll come to you first and we'll go back to the corner.
I just would like to
Can you please stand up so we can hear you?
Sorry, can you read out? I'd just like to know how much the levy is, because there's been a lot of talk about it, but I don't actually know.
How much?
How much the levy is that's being charged for an Airbnb room?
Peter?
I can't give you an exact amount because as
They vary.
Mayor said, it's a cent in the dollar figure based on the value of the property. What I can tell you is for the Airbnb category, it's 1/3 of what the businesses pay, and the 1/3 is for somebody who has 4 or more rooms. So if you only have 1 room, it's 1/4 of 1/3 of what the businesses pay. And so it's a couple $100.
It's 200,
In
about
Johnson.
$240, $250 in my way. And if I have 2 rooms, it's $500.
Yeah.
If I have 3 rooms, it's $750. If you have 4 rooms, it'll be around $1,000 extra.
Are you in
Is that per year?
Yes, I am residential. Residential property, 1 bedroom, and council want to charge me for this when I've got, and I bring business to other businesses here, and the people that stay with me have never heard of Kuranda. This is just to let you know, 95% have never heard of Kuranda. So when Tom says it's the promotion of the village and their work, this is untrue. 95% have never heard of Kuranda. And they've gone to Airbnb, they type in cans, because they come into cans, they do the filters. We come up because we've got a frying pan, or we've got a TV or aircon. We're there and the price range, bang, and they read the reviews. It's nothing to do with council's promotions of the village. This is people looking for accommodation, not looking through, Kuranda. I've got no problem if council would show me facts and data that says because of our work, this is people come to your place. I can prove to them that's not the case.
All right, John, look, I think we understand your case.
Yes.
I mean, that's been clearly
But it's got to be, everyone's on the same boat.
And I don't want to play on back 42 long, it's going to get dark shortly. Kathy, did you get an answer to your question?
Yes, thank you.
Now, there's a gentleman at the back.
My name is Levy. Sachs, I live in Kuranda. Just I want to point out one fact, a couple of facts, following on from yourself. These B&Bs, bookings.com, Airbnb, Flipkey, etc., we advertise Kuranda in our websites. Nothing to do with what the count, nothing. That's all our doing. We bring money, we bring people, we bring business to the area. That's an absolute happens. Let me ask you a question. Your Kuranda website, would you consider putting all the B&Bs on there for free to advertise it? For example, on your Kuranda website at the moment, would you put all the B&Bs, etc., you are getting money for, would you put them as a link onto the Kuranda website to say that we have them on your Kuranda webpage, homepage?
I'm not going to give you a straight out answer to that.
Of course you won't.
I don't know.
Why? It's a fair question. Would you consider it?
I'll consider pretty well anything. Ladies and gentlemen, please. I want everybody to be heard, so please be quiet. We're going to be civil to one another and we're going to hear the question. The question is, would I consider putting all of the Airbnbs on as a link to the council website? I can't give you an answer to that, I'll have to think my way through it. However, we are very careful with Tourism Kuranda money, that is the money that's raised as part of this levy, to ensure that we don't advertise individual businesses. It's to advertise the Kuranda, the environment, the people, the things, the businesses of Kuranda. That's what it's for, not to identify individual business. So I'll take that on board and I'll certainly think my way through that. And I'll talk with my
Some of us don't want to go. I definitely don't want anyone advertising my place.
I think we're just about that requirement.
Speak up.
This gentleman's name is Patrick and he's got a question.
Yes. You stop at the Airbnb and we rent the property or not, got to be a levy then? What is the difference? So the property we have, Airbnb we stop, and we rent it out for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, no levy. Okay. That's what it is. No?
You've rented your property.
No, I want to do that. If you stop at the Airbnb because you're going to put a levy on, you're going to rent it out privately, so there's no levy.
No, that's exactly true.
All the people rent the property out, they don't rent it. You know, the people with Airbnb.
Peter?
If any of the Airbnbs want to be listed onto the website, there's no issue. We can list them. We do have, if you go to the Kuranda.org website and you look at accommodation, there's a number of them which are actually paid adverts, which have the details, and then it has a title bar, other accommodation. And you'll see there's a whole range of B&Bs and Airbnbs which can be listed. And Kathy will be able to go. We do the same thing at the information centre. Put your name there. We're happy to promote your business.
At a cost?
No, just to list it. We're not going to give you the... If you look at the website, there's some people who pay, and there's a detailed thing. However, there is another one with Snuggles B&B or whoever it is, and it's just a contact.
My question is, if we're paying a levy, then why wouldn't, it's no extra cost to you to put that on the site, surely, because it's double dip. What you're asking for.
Effectively, as the Mayor said, all the funds we raise are spent by Tourism Kuranda, Marketing Kuranda. Okay? And to fund the website and to fund their operations, yes, they do charge to put detailed adverts and promote specific businesses. Yes, in terms of the levy, we're happy to list out the individual businesses, and the contact is there. And the information centre will do the same. Happy to take your listing and say, because people go into the information centre and say, I'm looking for a place to stay. And happy to support that.
Kathy, you're going to make a comment?
I was just going to agree with Peter.
Just stand up, it's both heads to hear you, like you're talking to the crowd, not to me.
As soon as we're advised of a new property that's available, we can put it on a listing, free listing on the website with a phone number. If the business would like a full page, there is a charge, and they have 250 words, photographs, links, and all they write it themselves. And there is a fee for that, but that's but we also have all the volunteers have a list when they're working, and it's all the accommodation in Kuranda. There is a breakdown of it, so volunteers have a sheet in front of them. When someone comes in looking for accommodation, there is everything that we are told of that's available, and they will phone up and make inquiries if you've got interested.
Right, thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Mr Mayor, here's Smith from Kuranda. I've just got a question relating to tonight's subject. Does that levy apply to longer-term rental properties and resorts and hotels and motels?
Hotels and motels, yes, they are. But if you own an investment property somewhere around here and you want to rent it, there's nothing to do with Airbnbs or B&Bs or anything else at all. It's purely a rental arrangement. So,
thank you.